Welcome to the Angel Mystic Podcast. I am super excited you are listening because this is where spiritually open minds can come together to explore the wonders of angels, spiritual connections, and the art of manifesting. Hosted by me, Amanda Tooke, the Angel Mystic, your spiritual midwife to help you on your journey to a fulfilling and happy life. You may have seen me on ITV, Channel 4, or even in Fate and Fortune magazine. In each episode, we will delve into the mystical world of angels, offering you insights, guidance, practical tools to deepen your connection with the upstairs so that you can find inner peace, happiness, joy, and create the life that you want. Tune in for weekly, fun conversations, transformational insights that will elevate your spiritual journey and awaken your inner mystic. Please hit subscribe now as we embark on a transformational adventure with the Angel Mystic Podcast. Before we delve into this week's episode, I wanted to make sure you knew about a training that I think you will love, and it's coming up very soon on the 22nd to the 24th of April. It's called Manifesting with Your Angels, and it's free for a limited time. It's got replays, even if you can't make it live, at 7:30 each evening, and it's happening over in my free group, Abundance Manifesting, on Facebook. This is your personal invite. There is a link in the show notes or on my website, theangelmystic.co.uk. And it's perfect for you if you want to learn how to successfully manifest in 20 minutes a day, plus what you should be doing and what you should not be doing, so your angels can help you manifest all that you want into your life. I'll see you there. Now for the podcast. Welcome back to the Angel Mystic Podcast. In this podcast today, we are going to talk about the two greatest things the angels have ever told me. Now, I'm thinking this podcast might be a short one, but quite honestly, I do never know what's going to channel through when I'm delivering this sort of content. But I'm going to set the scene by explaining where I was and what was going on for me at that particular time when I heard these two things that the angels, well, basically have transformed my life with. So let's go back to 2009 when I started the business as, the shop actually was called Mystic Moon. My business started as a shop called Mystic Moon in Windermere. And now it's all online and it just goes by the name of the Angel Mystic. But back in the day, I was in my shop, which sold crystals, and it was just a spiritual shop. And I did my readings, and it was nothing grand, nothing great. It was essentially me transitioning into this new version of me, but also this new version of my life. And I was sat in my reading room one day, having a chat with the angels, as you do, really struggling with something difficult. And it was a personal thing. It was when I was sort of a few years after going through my divorce, and things weren't great. And I was really struggling. Struggling with my ex-husband, struggling with the whole situation, the being a single parent, everything was really difficult. And I was mixed emotions with it all. I was, still angry. I was upset. I was hurt, all of those things. And I said to the angels, I know that you can do amazing things, angels. What can I do about this situation to feel better? And they said to me, there's only two things that you can ever do with any situation. And I thought, oh my goodness, yes, great. This is going to be amazing. I was so sort of braced for them telling me like something incredible. And they went, one is forgiveness and two is unconditional love. And I actually said back to the angels at the time, are you kidding me? Is that the best you got? Forgiveness and unconditional love? I remember thinking so much disappointment, like, really? Is that it? I don't know what I expected in that moment, what I thought they might have told me to do or to try. But I remember thinking, really, that sounds so flaky and wishy-washy. How can forgiveness and unconditional love help? There's some things all these big emotions that I was sort of dealing with, all this stuff that was going round. How can that even help? And I can remember feeling quite disillusioned with the angels. So much so that I'm laughing now because, oh my goodness, how wrong did I have it? How wrong. But I gave it a whirl. I thought, well, do you know what? They told me I'm going to try it. I'm going to see what happened. Of course, I know that there's value in forgiveness. Of course, I know that love is a really high vibrational energy. It's what we should all operate on. I knew all of those things. I also knew the difference between conditional love and unconditional love. Conditional love is when there's conditions attached to it. And unconditional love is when there is no conditions attached to it. So no matter what, you are loved. And that is what angels are. Angels are the vibration of unconditional love. They love you no matter what. Even if you've never been asking for the help that they wanted to help you with, even if you've never connected, even if you're just making a mess of your life, they love you anyway, warts and all. And I've always felt that from the angels. But then they were asking me to work with unconditional love. And when you're struggling with someone, the last thing you want to do is send unconditional love. But it's the only thing you should do. So at first, when I used to do it, I used to only be able to do it from the top of my head. And I'll try and describe to you what I used to do as a sort of a process. So I'd think whoever I was struggling with, I'd bring them to mind and I would just send loving thoughts, but I could only do it from the very top of my head at first. And at first, I'll be honest, and I know this is true because I've suggested it to lots of people within their, family dynamics where they've had trouble with people and with, relationships of lots of shapes and sizes where they've struggled with people and they've wondered what to do. And I've suggested sending unconditional love, and there's been that real resistance, like, oh my goodness, I don't know I can do it. I don't know I can do it. But you're not doing it for them. You're doing it for you. And you're sending these loving thoughts, no matter how horrible they are to you, how difficult they are with you, how nasty they are with you. You're sending it by the bucket load. And when you do that, that softens the situation. That dissolves some of that negative energy. It somehow lets it melt away and the situation becomes so much easier to deal with. And in all the times that I have worked with unconditional love, not just then, but ever since, it makes everything easier. It turns difficult relationships into harmonious relationships. And I feel quite guilty that I doubted the angels in that moment, sat in my little reading room going, is that it? Is that all you've got? Because what more do we need than love? And what more do we need than unconditional love? And one of the places that you can direct unconditional love is to yourself too. Because you're not an angel. I'm not an angel. We don't get it right all the time. So sprinkle some of that unconditional love onto yourself too, because it will really help. Now, not forgetting the other thing they told me back then was forgiveness. And I want to touch upon that for a moment, because forgiveness isn't about having a conversation with someone. It isn't about going up to someone and saying, do you know what, I forgive you. Forgiveness is a way of releasing you from the past. It's a way of you not dragging those difficult situations, those problems with you into the future. It's about letting it go. And the angels can help you with that. You can call upon your angels to help you with forgiveness and unconditional love with anything that you are dealing with. And they will help you. They're incredible at giving us this inner strength. And you might think right now, oh, I couldn't possibly forgive. I couldn't possibly send unconditional love. But I know with your angels helping you, you can. Forgiveness sets you free. And the question you need to ask yourself is, do you want to be free? Do you want to be free from your past? Or do you want it to allow it keep destroying your future? I know which one I'm going to always pick. So yes, sorry, angels, for doubting you back then. You have proved to me, oh my goodness, so many times the power of unconditional love, the power of forgiveness. And it starts when we're working with forgiveness. It starts with wanting to forgive, with a decision to forgive. You might not know how to forgive yet. You might not have worked that bit out. And that's okay. But the fact that you're acknowledging that you need to forgive is a wonderful step forward. It's the first step. So be proud of yourself for taking that journey and moving forward with it, because it's going to free you up from your past. We don't need to be going around with a swag bag of problems that we're carrying on our back. Let's let it go. Let's be free. Let's be light. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. If you're in Abundance Club, you will know all about forgiveness and unconditional love. We've got meditations on it. You will also know how to work through the forgiveness process with your angels. You can come into Abundance Club and try it out for yourself if that's something you want to do. You can also get on my website, there's an MP3 called The Basics. There is another one called Angel Healing, and there's another one called Rainbow Healing. And if you get the Rainbow Healing one, you've got forgiveness and unconditional love on there. And it's meditations that you can listen to. But if you want more help, come into Abundance Club. Go and have a look now, see if the doors are open. There might be a place for you. But I hope this has been helpful in whatever you are struggling with, because the angels were so right and I was so wrong to even doubt that, because that has transformed so many situations for me moving forward. And I know it can transform so many situations for you. Give it a go. Let me know how you go on. Keep in touch over in Abundance Manifest in my free community group. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit follow and share my message by sharing with your friends. It would be amazing if you can leave a review. All this will help, and it activates the universal law of the more you give, the more you receive. So it's a win-win. You can find more good stuff between episodes over on social media. Just search The Angel Mystic on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, or check out the links in the show notes. I'd love for you to connect more over in my free group in Abundance Manifesting, all on Facebook. Hope to see you there.